What is up YouTube, Samboard here, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be taking you through a food haul, so showing you exactly what I buy in the supermarket on a weekly basis to build muscles. It's going to be a bit of a bodybuilder's kind of weekly food shop. I thought it would be the perfect opportunity today to pick up the camera and do this because I've just spent the last 3 months living in Dubai. I've come back to England, my cupboards are absolutely empty, so I'm going to be fully stocking up today from fresh. So I thought anyone out there who is kind of looking to get into this could be a really useful video. So get comfortable guys and enjoy this video. Guys, we're out in Lidl today. I'm taking you through the full food shop and showing you exactly what I buy on a week-to-week basis. So firstly, the most fundamental part of your diet is going to be your protein intake. So it's recommended that we go for around 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. So we're going to head straight to the meat aisle now and we're going to stock up on my typical protein sources. I like to get a lot of my protein from chicken breast. It's nice and easy to cook up. It's a lean protein source. There's not many carbohydrates or fats in there. So I usually get a couple of kilos of that per week. Other good sources are going to be things like lean turkey mince, and things like steak, beef mince, and things like this. They do have a higher fat content, but you are going to need some fats in your diet anyway. So if you prefer to go to things like red meat or even fish, that's absolutely fine. But I do get the majority of my protein intake from chicken, and I am going to go for a little bit of lean turkey mince today as well, just to mix it up as well. Other great ways to get a protein as well, I highly recommend having a whey protein shake on hand, or just any protein shake in general, just because like I said, that protein target is quite high for the majority of people. So for me, a 200-pound guy, I'm going to want a little 220-pound guy, and I want at least 220 grams of protein per day. And in this pack here, we've got a kilogram of chicken, cooked up when all the water's gone. That's going to be about 800 grams of chicken, which is going to give me around 200 grams of protein. So I'd need more than one of these a day. So if we can get it from other sources as well, then that's going to be a lot more ideal. For breakfast, I typically like to go for eggs, so we're going to get some eggs now, just to mix it up a bit as well, just so I don't need many shakes throughout the day. And for most people, if you actually live at home with your parents or something, so if you are watching this and you do live at home with your parents, you know, like I said, the most fundamental part of your diet is going to be your protein intake. If you can just fund the protein yourself, the rest of your calories are going to come from carbohydrates and fats, and you can get that from whatever you want really. So whatever your parents will lie around the house, you can just literally make up your calories with that. As long as we're hitting our protein intake with things like this, it will be absolutely fine. But I'll show you as well what I like to buy for my carb and fat sources. But for breakfast, we're going to get some eggs. So I usually go for around 4 of these in the morning, with a pile of rice cakes and some jam. And then seasoning for the chicken, unless you are a weirdo and like eating it dry.
Shout out to all the weirdos out there.
Sauces. If you're cutting, sauces that I typically like when I'm cutting, so I don't actually track sauces. If you're in a cutting phase and you're trying to keep calories low, then you're obviously going to want sauces that have a lower calorie amount. So any hot sauces, so like sriracha, I'm pretty much nil. And then I typically like to go for things like Nando sauce. They don't actually have any of the fats, and then just any reduced calorie sauce, and then just keep the amount consistent. You don't want to be adding more and more sauce as your calories reduce. So for my veg, my eggs in the morning, because of the phase I'm in at the moment, my calories aren't crazy high. I like going for volume. So my eggs in the morning, I'm going to have a load of mushrooms in there and peppers as well, just for volume. So I'll grab the peppers now, and then with each of my chicken meals, I like to go for about 100 grams of green veg as well. To get frozen stuff and just throw that in the pan. Another great source of fats, guys, is going to be dark chocolate. So it's one of my favourites, to be fair. I don't like having lactose. Can't really digest it very well. Not many people can, to be honest. If you fart all the time, then you probably have a lactose intolerance. I think most, well, I say like 90% of guys tend to, and everyone does have a sort of intolerance to lactose. It's going to be a different amount, so if you don't eat much, you might not notice it, but as you push food higher, you probably wouldn't be cutting that out. And gluten, keeping it to about absolute minimum as well. Again, most people struggle to digest that quite a bit. And what you'll find is, when food is a lot lower, you might actually be able to tolerate these things quite a lot. So a lot of the time I'll be pushing my guys' food up and their digestion will really start playing up. And it's because your digestive system's kind of like traffic. And if you put something in there that takes quite long to digest, everything else kind of gets stuck behind that. When you're not eating much, it doesn't matter if there's a mini traffic jam because it's got plenty of time to digest. But when you're piling food on top of that, like heaps of food, then it obviously causes a big traffic jam in the digestive system, causes digestive issues, and then we've got to take these foods out, which are typically things like gluten, lactose, a lot of the time things like potatoes, sweet potato and things like this. So as food gets pushed higher, you might need to reevaluate your diet. So guys, I'm just going to wrap this vlog up here and just kind of run through what we've got in the food shop, because that is everything done. It's pretty basic. There's a few things I don't have here just because I've got them at home already. So one thing that's not included in this is my cereal. I eat quite a bit of cereal, but I did stock up Reese's Puffs in Dubai. I brought about 6 bags back. Just had so many in the cupboard, I didn't think I was going to be coming back to England this soon, so I brought all those back. And things like rice and that as well, because we've already got them at home. But just to sum it up, initially we're going to go for those protein sources. You're going to have a certain amount of protein you need to hit per day. So it's going to be around a gram per pound of lean body mass. So if you're, for example, a 200-pound guy, you're going to want around 200 grams of protein a day, which is going to be around a pack of this kilogram of chicken. Now, you probably don't want to get all of your protein from the same thing. I typically go for eggs in the morning, and then I'll have 2 or 3 chicken meals throughout the day, and then 2 meals with protein shakes. So that is going to conclude my protein intake. And alongside that, you're going to want to make up your carb and fat intake. So you're going to have a certain amount of calories you want to eat per day. For example, 3,000. That's around what I'm eating right now. Some of that's going to be made up from protein. So, for example, if you're a 200-pound guy, you're going to have 200 grams of protein, which is 800 calories, leaving you 2,200 calories to get from carbohydrates and fats. Now, the ratio of carbs and fats that make up these calories don't matter too much, and you can make up those calories with really whatever you want. Typical clean carbohydrate sources, we've got potatoes over there, we've got pasta, and I've got some rice at home as well. So that's what I typically eat for them, as well as cereal, fruit and things like this. Alongside my chicken meals, with the carbohydrates, I like to have green veg. So this really helps with fiber, especially when my food gets low, my fiber intake starts to lack, and this is where digestion issues can be problems. So you definitely want to get some green veg in there as well. In terms of the milk I use for my cereal, I use almond milk just because it's a lot easier to digest than lactose-based milk. And then I also have things like rice cakes and that with jam on, which I've got some jam in there. I've already got a load of rice cakes at home. But that pretty much sums up my shop, guys. Hopefully this helps, and hopefully someone out there is always looking to get into this and kind of unsure on how to go. I am going to do a video on meal prepping and a video on a full day of eating as well, so I'll get that done in the next couple of weeks. But I'm going to wrap this vlog up here. So if you like this, then make sure you hit that like button, and if you want to see more videos just like this, then hit subscribe as well. Cheers, guys.